record on this computer. Here we go. And we are recording. So awesome sauce. Okay, so here we go. And it is right on the dot, 9 p.m. I just full screen for you guys. Oh my gosh, what a full house. I am just so super excited. Holy cow. I just have to take a picture of everyone. So smile because this is so exciting. This is Pacesetters #1. Smile. 2, 3. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm going to put it on speaker view in hopes that it records like that. Let's see. Awesome. Okay, nope, that doesn't work. I see, just sees Aaron. Okay, whatever. I can see it this way. People are just going to have to love watching you because I do. So shut the front door. It's 2018, and this is our Pacesetters program. I cannot even tell you how freaking excited I am about this and how powerful this can be. And I'm so proud of every single one of you for signing up for this and being a part of this and just taking the time and setting it a time and scheduling it in your weekly plan sheet and in your month and all that kind of stuff. And it is an 8-week program. If you have any questions, I just started a Voxer group as well as a Facebook group. And so I'm going to post a lot of things on Facebook, but I will do some communication through Voxer. Not everybody in the program has Voxer or Facebook. So that's the problem. So I got to figure out how to do it in the emails as well. But that's okay. Because I don't want to encourage someone to have Facebook if they're like not on it, because how much time do you waste on Facebook every day? You know what I mean? Okay, so moving on. We'll talk about that in this time management Pacesetters too when we get to that as well. But okay, so that's like going to be my form of communication. And then you're also going to get, by 12 o'clock the next day, if not the same night, you're going to get a Google document. And that Google document link, just like you signed up for Pacesetters, that Google document link is going to be for you to have a weekly voucher. And we are going to have a point system, and you get to earn prizes throughout, have a queen of whatever it is. And I'm actually going to do a cash prize at the end of the Pacesetters program. And so to be entered to be in the cash prize, you'll do like different things. And the person who wins and has the most points at the end will get a special VIP spa day with me. It's going to be awesome. And so, as long as you want to hang out with me, I'm kind of cool. And it's a spa thing, so you could tolerate me for a whole day. Okay, moving on. But it's going to be great. And so the Pacesetters program it has a level of accountability in it. It's great training. I can tell you that those of you that are on live and paying attention each week, you're going to get a lot more out of it a lot faster. I understand when things happen. I'm not going to post a recording every single week because I can tell you that I suck when that's an option. And I have a lot of really good self-motivation and work ethic. And I've been part of a lot of Pacesetter programs. Like I'm doing one right now called 90 Days of Greatness 2.0 with Leah Laughlin, National Sales Director. And boy, she kicks your butt. Like one of the first things that she said, and we're not going to have this for y'all, but it's like book 15 by the 5th, go. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's crazy, but there's like all different things. Like she does it live on Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, but then we have the recorded link that we can listen to. And I can tell you that when I say, okay, I can't get on them at whatever, I'm not going to make time to get on at whatever, and then it comes time to listen to the recorded link, I don't get it done until halfway during the week, which totally defeats the purpose of being able to be intentional with whatever you're working on at that time. Insane in the membrane. Okay, so there's going to be different ways that you can do points, and all the homework and all that kind of stuff is not just for recognition, but it's because it's going to make you grow. It's going to make you have growth. It's going to build your confidence, and it's going to sharpen your skills, and it's going to renew your mind, and it's going to do just all of those kinds of things. It's just a matter of, are you willing to work towards it? Okay. And this is about you. This is about you growing. And so raise your hand and be like, whoop, whoop, if you're a part of the Voxer challenge. You guys have been doing an amazing job with that, and I've just gotten such great feedback for those of you. If you are in Pacesetters and you're not a part of the Voxer challenge, basically it's just a little message each day to make you think, and there's a little homework at the end. People get recognized at the end and get to graduate. But and it's not every single day, but it's going to be 21 messages. But with the break and stuff, it's kind of been people are trying to catch up, and then we're going to start going full force tomorrow after Pacesetters. And if you want to be a part of that, you're more than welcome to start. So I will let you know, and we can get you started. But okay, so I have all of the notes and all of the excitingness. So let's just get ready. Annabelle, if you'll be my person, if I and Tracy, both of you, Annabelle and Tracy, yep, if you be my people. And if there's something that gets messed up, if you can't hear me and something like that, then let me know. Okay. Text me or whatever, because I'll have my phone here. Let me turn the sound on. Okay. So here's the deal. It's 2018. And a lot of times, trying to get rid of Sudoku. Why is Sudoku on my phone? Okay, whatever. In 2008, at the beginning of the year, we always have New Year's resolutions. And those of you that were Jennifer and Stacy were with me this Saturday at the Refresh, Renew, Relaunch thing. And it was awesome. It was either 92 or 97%. Do you know that 92 or 97, I can't remember which one, I think that people said both, percent of people stop and quit on their New Year's resolutions by January 15th. Like legit. How crazy is that? And so, you know, there's so much to be said about the beginning of a new year. There's so much to be said about reflecting in a healthy way on your past year. So we're going to talk about reflecting on your past year. I've kind of did a little bit of that in our master series, and how to move forward. You know, when it comes to your business, you have to be crystal clear on whatever it is. And I talked a little about this and touched a little bit on Ohana, but I'm going to dive in just a little bit more. Is that you've got to figure out your Mary Kay business. Like, there's 1,000 reasons why we joined. You know, I know Amber joined because she wanted the personal growth. Annabelle joined because she wants to get out of her job and be able to bless people and things like that. You know, Nikki joined because she loves being around the women. She wants to make some money, and it's going to sharpen her skills to be a teacher. Everybody has different goals in this business. And so reasons in this business, but I want you to just close your eyes. Okay. I want you to close your eyes. And if you had to think of one word, you know, or one sentence that if time and money were not a factor, what would it be where would you like to see yourself 1 year from now? Time and money are not even a thing. Like, you could do anything. And if you couldn't fail, and time and money were not a thing, where would you like to see your life, and how would you like to see your Mary Kay business 1 year from now? Okay, who's brave? Who wants to speak? Raise your hand. I'll unmute you. Tracy, go. Woo! Go.
Okay, director.
Director. Okay, awesome. That's really good. And why?
Because it's not something I can do on my own. I've said this from the time that I decided I wanted to be a director. It requires me to put my trust in God, because only God can make directorship happen. I can't. I'm not, you know, all of those things that we tell ourselves we are, that we're not supposed to, but we do anyway. You know the ones I'm talking about. All of those reasons are why I can't be a director, but God says, no, you're going to wear that director suit. That's going to happen. So just trust me and I'll make it happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good. Okay, do we have one more brave soul? We only have time for 2. Anybody else? All right, Jennifer. She's like, crap, I'm moving my screen and now she's going to make me talk. All right, Jennifer, I unmuted you. Go. What is your reason you couldn't fail and time and money were not an option? Where do you want to see yourself a year from now?
Director.
I had no idea. That's so exciting. Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. Awesome, cool. Does anybody have anything else that they want to say that doesn't want to be a director right now? And that's okay? Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. So I am going to go through and mute the rest of these people. Okay, awesome. So those are the kind of things, like when you're thinking about your vision and you're thinking about what deep down inside you really true are called to do. Like when you have that little heart tug, when you have something that just won't leave your mind, okay, that a lot of the time that's like, you know, I'm a God girl. Okay, I'm a God girl. You can say whatever it is that you want it to be, and that's fine. There's no condemnation, but like, I know, to me, that's God's confirmation. That's God's confirmation saying, look, it's time. This is what you need to be doing. This is what I need you to be doing. This is what you should be doing, if that makes sense. And so a lot of the times, you know, it's something that is out of our comfort zone. It's something that we're like, I don't even know how that's possible, like Tracy said. And I can't do that on my own. And that means it's real because guess what? You can't achieve anything on your own. You have got to have a tribe. You have got to have a support system. You have got to have faith in something bigger than you. We've got to work from our inside out in order to be successful. We have to be others focused. It takes other people to be successful in life. And I'm not even meaning just in your Mary Kay business, but just in general. It makes all the difference in the world. And so when you think about those things, and if it's like, okay, well, I want to earn a car. Okay. Like I have no freaking idea how that's going to happen, but I want to earn a car. Then guess what? Like if you work towards that and you hook up and by hook up, I mean, you show up and you get into action and you do what it takes. This business, ladies, is not, okay. First of all, hear my heart. It's so magical. Like it makes me so happy. It's like rainbows and butterflies. And sometimes it's like stinky poop. Okay. Because sometimes I feel like, oh, this smells bad. Like, I want to get away from this, okay, in different situations. But if I whenever you have a passion for something and when you're called to something and you know that you're supposed to be in something, you're going to get resistance, and resistance is telling you that it's completely legit, okay? But that is going to allow you to grow. And that's what's so amazing in this business is that you cannot achieve whatever it is in your business without the help. Like it's just not going to happen. And you've got to have a support system. And, I was talking to a different consultant last week and she's like, I just wish that and she's here, but I just wish that I could just do this on my own. Like I wish that I would just get up and I know what I have to do, but like just to be motivated. And guess what? I have to be motivated. When I had to book 15 appointments, if it wasn't for Tracy Hill and my husband, Adam, I probably wouldn't have done it. Okay. And then and I know, I've been around the block. I've missed all those things before. Like I know, but you know what? We're human. And what you have to have for yourself are two things that we are representing. And the two words that each year I try to have a word, a theme. And I encourage you to do that. Like, what is your word for the year? What is something that you want to work on? What is something that's powerful to you? Just what is that word? And so there are two words. I can't pick one because whatever, that's just how I am. One is fearless. Okay. And I think fearless has a lot to do because I see a lot in our unit and in the family that we have, our Mary Kay family, is that's something that we need to learn to be. Okay. And that's not something that you just turn it on and then bam, you're fearless. Okay. And it stays with you and you never have to work on it again. Okay. And I'm not talking just fearless in your business. I'm talking fearless about whatever God's put on your heart, fearless about not failing in your relationships, fearless and not failing at any responsibilities that you have, whether it's your job, whether it's your church, whether it's just friends, whether it's family, whatever it is, fearless about money, fearless about moving up a career path if that's what you want to do, fearless about getting healthy, okay, and making yourself feel good in your own skin. And healthy doesn't mean skinny. Healthy means I feel good and I can do more, and that's healthy. Don't even get me started on that. It's a whole nother thing. I'll tell you how to lose weight. You just got to change your words. It's working. It's working. I'll tell you how. Anyways, moving on. Okay. And so fearless is definitely going to take work. But one of the things, here's a verse for those of you that are my scripture buddies. There's a Proverbs 31, like chapter 31 in Proverbs. It talks about the Proverbs 31 woman, and it's awesome. And so Proverbs 31 verse 25 says, she's clothed with strength and dignity. Okay. She's clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. Okay. Laughs without fear of the future. Proverbs 31 verse 25. I am telling you, that is something that I am standing on so much this year. So when I doubt myself, when I start to feel fear, when I don't feel strong, when I feel like I need to up my dignity, I just said dignity. Okay. You too can be a Mary Kay director. That's just something that I tell myself. It's that affirmation that I tell myself. And so that's the word fearless. Okay. The other word is grace. And I'm going to tell you, this might be harder than fearless for me. And grace is having grace with yourself, giving you permission. And it's not to be confused with letting grace be an excuse. I'm going to have grace with myself today, and I'm going to eat the whole box of Oreos. Sounds good in the moment because I want all the Oreos, especially when they're the cupcake, the cookie batter ones or whatever, but having grace with yourself when you do your weekly plan sheet and you plan the appointments and you have this whole agenda for the entire day and you really are doing your best. You can honestly say you did your best, but things kept coming into play, okay? And your day didn't go the way it was and you had to continue to pivot, but you got through the day and you may have had 6 most important things on your list and you only got 4 of them done, okay? You have to have grace with yourself. You can't stop at the end of the day and be like, God, I only got 4 of the 6 done. Like, what the heck? What's my problem? No, you have to pivot. You have to reflect. And that brings me to the next thing is that we have to reflect in a positive way. Okay. We have to reflect in a positive way. And there's just so much to be said to explain to you guys. And listen, and anything I tell you or suggest to you is things that I'm working on, like things that I'm doing as a director and as a woman, as a mom, as a sister, as a BFF, like what all the roles that we play and aunt. I'm an aunt. It's so cool every time I think about it. Okay. And so like, it's just, I forgot where I was going because I got so excited about babies. Okay. Anyways, moving on. And so, you have to have grace with yourself as you're going. You totally have to have grace as you're going. And you've got to have that positive, you have to create that positive environment and you have to create the positive thoughts in the 6 inches between your ears. Well, let me just tell you, this right here is the worst place to be. Okay. We are the hardest on ourselves. We do self-sabotage in our mind first, and then it comes out our mouth and then we speak it. In the Bible, it says the power of life and death is in your tongue. And like, I used to be like, what does that mean? When I didn't really understand, but it is so true and Mary Kay Ash always said, what you bring about, you think about. Okay. And so if you're reflecting on the past and you're saying things like, I never finish things. I never follow through. I'm not as good as her. I'm not as healthy. I'm not as pretty. I'm not as skinny. I am not a booking machine. I can't follow up with people. I'm so fearless. I'm so fearful. I'm so scared to XYZ PDQ. I'm so this, I'm so that, insert any negative thing, then what's happening is what's coming out of your mouth is probably what's in your brain, not only in your active thinking, but like that other part of your thinking that like exists and it's there and makes you dream and all that kind of stuff, right? And so with your thinking those thoughts are coming out of your mouth and that's what you're going to bring around to you, okay? And so a lot of the times people ask like, how are you so happy all the time? And I'm like, listen, I have my days. Well, let's be real. I have my days. I just choose not to show them all the time. Okay. But you can ask Adam. Mama has her days. And yesterday was one of them from about 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. Just so you know. But anyways, I have grace. So it's okay. But all that to say, if you just are aware about what is coming into your mouth, it's crazy. And so one of the things I explained to the Masters series ladies is that when we're talking to ourselves and we're reflecting on 2017, see, I'm like going back around in the circle to get you there. There's the way that we say it, like for example, I am signing up for a half marathon. Okay. And do I like running? No, I do not like running. It sucks. It is not fun. But I know that it's going to make my heart better. I feel like I get the best cardio workout that way. And I just don't want to have a heart attack. And I just need to work on my heart. Like heart attacks are freaking me out. And so the other part of that is like, I would love to lose some weight. I would love to just feel healthy in my own skin. Okay. But like what I find myself years before saying is, I'm to this, I need to cut this out, I need to stop this, I need to blah, 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 blah. And just all of my resolutions or all of my thoughts all start with like negatives, okay? And just like I explained on the Master Series, it's kind of like, you have to turn it positive. You have to say like, I'm working on getting healthy. I'm working on feeling strong. Okay. I'm working on feeling strong and I'm working on feeling good. Okay. And doing it that way, it's the same kind of thing. Like, I'm regurgitating this, but I think it's important to listen to again, is that it's kind of like as a teacher, for those of you that are teachers, when you have the rules, they tell you not to say, don't talk, don't stand, don't run, blah, 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 negative, 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 negative. Okay. Instead, they have things like make good choices, be polite, listen when someone's talking, like just turning it around, be kind, be respectful, just the same way that you would teach a little one. Okay. And like, not everybody's moms, and that's totally fine, but I guarantee you everybody in some point in the year is going to be around some tiny human. And like, think about like, how would you talk to someone that you were teaching? How would you coach somebody? And the words that are coming out of your mouth, not even just in our Mary Kay business, and I have to do this all the time, the thoughts that are in my head, and especially the things that go in my mind, I have to make sure that if I was hearing those from somebody else, would I let them say that to themselves? Think about that. Would you let, and I know if I called, I can get emotional. I know that if I called any person that is on this Pacesetters right now, and I said, I'm not enough, I can't do this, I'm the blah, 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 right? You would be like, hold the phone, Moquisha. Hold the phone. Okay. And then you would speak life into me. You know why? Because you're good people and you would stand up for anybody that you love. So why don't we stand up for ourselves? Why don't we do it? And I'm telling you right now, it's something that like we have to work on all the time. And it's something that that will come back and get you. Okay. And here's the deal is whether you're God girl or not, the way that Satan comes in to kill, steal, and destroy is he uses discouragement. Okay. He uses distraction and he uses discouragement. And that is and comparison like nobody's business. Okay. And so in this program, you are going to see girls that are going to start, there's 20 of them. And you're going to see girls that are going to be on the roster and they never even go to a Zoom meeting. And you're going to be like, what? Is that person in there? You're going to see people that are going to go to the first 2 or 3, and then you're not going to hear from them anymore. We don't judge them. I don't judge you, but that's just the way it works. You're going to see people who are going to start to fall off from the program, especially when there's accountability. And then you're going to see the people that are steadfast and are keeping up with it and doing their thing and growing and stuff like that, which is awesome. And then you're going to see the people that are going to run in front of everybody and are going to go faster. And does that mean that we compare each other? No, get inspired by that. Like Connie Miller, man. Connie Miller spoke this weekend, and Jennifer can attest to this. She is one of the most powerful leaders in this company, and she's not even a national yet. Like, I have been moved to my core whenever I'm in her space to where I am just like, OMG. Like, she gives me hope that I, crazy Monique McIntyre, when I'm ready, can be a national. Like, that's a limiting belief that I've had in my brain. Stupid, I know, whatever. Like, I won't say it anymore. It's going away. Goodbye. See you later. But like, she gave me hope. And she is just the most amazing. She's amazing. But check this out. I have some things to tell you. She said, hold on, let me go to my little notes. She said, I gotta find my notes. I have like the Pacesetters book and I wrote it in there just in case. Okay. She was talking so much about a lot of things that I'm going to kind of go over and tell you today that got added to my thing. But basically, she said, there are some things that you've got to think about. She says, people fear success. Can you believe that? The number one thing that people fear is not failing. They fear success. Okay. So as you're making your goals and stuff like that, some of you have you have a fear of failure. Okay. So there you go. So who's going to be brave? Like, what is something, and maybe this isn't pertaining to you, just what could somebody in a Mary Kay business, no matter if you're brand new or seasoned consultant, what could you have a fear of? Just anything. It doesn't have to be yours. Just somebody raise their hand and I'll unmute you. Cricket. Okay, thank you, Tracy. Okay, and you are unmuted. Go. What would something that somebody would be fearless of or fearful of?
Having it becoming one of those people that doesn't make it. Like, you hear a lot of direct sell companies, and there's so many out there, and then everybody wants to lump Mary Kay into that group of things that it's just a pyramid scheme. And your fear when you start your Mary Kay business is, are you going to become one of those statistics? And are you going to cause everybody to go, see, I told you Mary Kay was a pyramid scheme. Like, I don't know about the rest of you ladies, but that's one of my fears is that, 5 years from now, am I going to look back on this time and go, man, that was a waste of time? Obviously not, because I want to be a director, let's be real. But it's still a fear that's in the back of my head. And sometimes I think it comes to the front when we're the most stressed out, when, we have people contact us and reschedule, or, you plan a booking and then that person's mom joins Mary Kay. Like, that happens. And you're like, am I just going to become one of those people that quit? And then, of course, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and go, no, but it's still there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's huge. That's real. That's what people, I had that exact same thing too. And that's when it comes down to vision, and it comes down with, are you in love with Mary Kay? Okay. And it's just like, it's the same thing of when Trip was learning how to walk, or all my humans, when they fell down and they hurt, they got back up every single time. And like the people that are successful, have fallen the most. And I'll explain more about Connie in a second, but okay. Now, what would be some reasons that people would have failure for success? And all right. This chick right here, it took her years to figure that out. Like, that was my thing. Can you believe that? Like, that was my biggest fear in this whole thing. And even as moving up, and after we earned Premier Club, I know once we earned the Equinox or Premier Club unit, I had to fight this, a fear of success. Why do you think that is? Why would somebody have a fear of success? Cricket, Annabelle, go. Oh, I gotta unmute you. Hold on. Your mouth is moving, but I can't hear you. Okay, go.
If all of a sudden there's yelling in the background, it's John with football. So
same thing with Adam.
Yeah. So repeat the question real quick again, because I got sidetracked.
What would be a reason why someone would have a fear of success?
A fear of success. Not being able to be to their full potential. Letting other people down. That they're not smart enough or strong enough to be able to do it. So, yeah.
Good job. That's perfect. And that all of everything that she just said, but in addition to that is, for me, it was a fear of losing it. It was like, well, if I become a director, can I stay a director? If I become a director, are people going to join me? Elizabeth says fear of success because of the pressure to be perfect for everyone else's sake and needing to actually know what you're doing. Yeah, I get it. But you know what? This is what I've realized is that we put on that pressure on ourselves, which is crazy. Like, why do we do that? Like, we don't need to do that to ourselves, because in life, we grow. And when you fail, it's a chance to get back up and figure it out and keep moving. And if there's one thing that I want you to write down, that I want it to be like something that you say all the time, is I can do hard things. I can do hard things. When John Henry gets frustrated, he got from Santa Claus, he got his big Lego spaceship. Let me tell you, it's a struggle, and I am not going to let him quit. I will let him do it bite-sized pieces, and then, bite-sized pieces one day, bite-sized pieces the next, but he just gets so frustrated. I can't do this. I'm dumb. I'm like, I'll say things like that. And it's hard. But John Henry, you can do hard things. It just takes time, and it takes trial and error. And look, you couldn't put those pieces together, but look, you did put these pieces together. And when we sat down on Tuesday, look at how much you got done. Even though it was a little bit, like, you got some done, you built it. Like, look at that. That's awesome. And he's like, oh, and so you have to give yourself grace. You have to give yourself grace and be okay with the fact that you're not going to get it right the first time. I'm telling you right now, something that this chick right here has been working on is follow-up and like coaching my appointments the right way. Like, hello, I teach people how to do that. Okay. Like, I should be like a coaching and follow-up ninja, but I ain't. Hold on. I didn't say that. I am working on that. I am a ninja. Okay. Hiya. Okay. But like, all that to say, you have to have grace, and you have to understand that each time you don't do something the way that you want it to be, it's a chance for you to get better. And so if you have a goal, you have to be the number one rooted thing in the goal is that you are going to grow from day to day, from week to week, to month, to quarter, to year, and century to century, or whatever the next thing is. I don't really know, like whatever it is, because like, if we go about life and all we care about is the instant gratification, like that's the problem in this world, is that there is so much instant gratification out there that some people don't know how to work for what they need. They don't know how to work for something hard, and all good things things come from hard work. And what Allison and Connie, is they said, do you know what success is? If you break it down, if you take 100%, if 100% is success, 99% of it is your attitude and 1% of it is your skill. That's it. And Mary Kay Ash always said, fake it till you make it. And she didn't say, it's not just fake your way through a skincare class. Okay, you can fake your way through a skincare class with your eyes with your eyes open and your hands tied, one hand tied behind your back. You know why? Because you have a script and it works and it's amazing. Okay, but you could totally do it with one hand. Okay, and so all that to say, you've got to understand that 99% of it, when I say you, I mean we, because this is what I'm working on, okay? 99% is our attitude. If you're faking it till you make it, it's faking the confidence. It's faking the excitement. It's faking the passion. And because Dr. Adams used to say to me, now, for those of you who don't know Dr. Adams is like, woosah. Dr. Adams is the most influential person I have ever had in my entire life. He was my college professor. He changed my life. He made me who I was. Like, I love my parents. My parents have done so much for me, but the most growth that I have had in my entire life was the 4 years that I got to be with that man. And like, just to learn about what it is to be a person, to learn what it is to have worth ethic. Okay, I'm not going to cry. All of that good stuff. Like, I'm just going to do this because you can't cry if you have moose ears. No one can cry with moose ears. And he was the most influential man in my entire life. And like, every time, and Adams as well, and John Seth and the Mortage, and just all these people that I value and I love. And we were raised by him. Okay. And one of the things that just comes to my mind, he passed away like 2 years ago. So it's like one of those things, like the minute you think about him, it's like, oh, in your tummy, and you're like, oh my God, when am I not going to cry? When am I not going to have that feeling and whatever? But like he always said, act your way into a new way of thinking, act your way into a new way of feeling. Okay? Because if you are working off emotions, if you're making decisions in emotions, if you're changing things in emotions, and if you're making decisions in moments of temporary defeat, you're not going to go anywhere. Okay? And so he said, just act your way into a new way of thinking. You can play in tune. Just do it. And I'm like, it's such a physical, just do it. And it's amazing. And same thing with like playing the phrase the way that it's supposed to be for those of you that are musical. He heard it in his brain in one way. And he's like, just do what I want you to do. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying. He's like, just act your way into a new way of doing and think about it a different way. And so we get to do that in our Mary Kay business. Okay. And we have to feed us those positive thoughts, and we have to think of that. And we have to be aware, especially through this program, okay? Because you are going to get the confirmation. You are going to get that, like, that kick in the butt. You are going to get that, like, oh, this is so frustrating. Why is this happening? Oh, this is not the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be moving forward. You're going to have moments like that. But the difference between somebody that is successful and somebody who is not successful is how long you spend in that time, in that moment. How long do you spend in those negative thoughts? Okay? Because the difference between the person who gets through it and the person who's still stuck in it is that person's time and that emotional, like, bleh, which we all have. I go through it sometimes 3 times a day. Okay? It's real. It happens. Is that we can get out of it faster. Like, I can get it out of it faster than you can because I've been trained on that, and I know, and I'm aware, and it's something that I work on. Does it mean that I don't go through those thingies, like in your business and in my personal life and in our finances and you name it, anything that has value? No, it doesn't mean just because you're aware and you work at it that it's not going to happen, but it's a matter, you don't have to spend so much time there. You get to be successful. You get to get out of it. You get to build that confidence. You get to be like that Proverbs 31 woman who's clothed in strength and dignity. Y'all just know that dignity means diggity in my brain. Okay. And that you laugh without fear of the future. Okay. And even if it just means that you're moving from A to B rather than A to Z. Okay. It doesn't matter. Like, you and I can do it, but you don't have to do it alone. Okay. And you have to be able to hear and see and know that when Satan is coming with that discouragement and that distraction, it's there. Okay. Now I have something to blow your mind. You ready? Connie Miller, like my girl crush, like this chick is about to be a national, and she is powerful, and she is Kissimmee, and we're going to spend lots of time with her, ladies. She submitted for DIQ before she got through it. Not 1 time, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, 9 times. She did not make it through DIQ until the 9th submission. the 9th qualification period. She fell short 8 times. And to just see, and just the power of thinking, you know, and Jennifer was there, so she get, and Stacy were there, so they get it. Like, to see that, how powerful she is, and the lives that she changed on Saturday, and the women that she breathed belief into, and the people that she gave confidence and skill to. If she would have made it all about her and not, you know, and just given up, okay, then nobody would have been in that room that day. We'd have not been there on Saturday. I was so touched and so moved and so just like, oh my God, that was awesome. Okay. And that would not have happened. That would not have happened unless, unless she had not given up on herself. Okay. And so you just have to think about that, because what else she said is, she said, your goals, what did she say? Hold on. I don't want to say it wrong. She says, your goal, your execution of your goal, the action and the fruit of the work, the hard work that you do of your goal is going to change people's lives. She's like, so if you won't do it for yourself, do it for all the people that God has assigned to you. You know, and that's important. And some of you may be thinking like, okay, well, I don't want to be a mentor. Great. You don't have to be a mentor, but you know what? When you're in front of people and you are putting product on their face, that is your time to pour into that person. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to Annabelle, and she's telling me, like, when they have she has a lot of mother-daughter things, and how impactful that time that she spends with those kids and those moms together, and being that example of joy and grace and love. And for those younger women to look at her and to be able to see, like, look, I love you for who you are. Let me teach you how to love yourself, you know? And it's just like, if we stopped because that person rescheduled with us 5 times, if we didn't sell anything for 8 appointments in a row, and if we stopped, then we would be stopping on other people. Here's the other thing about Connie, is her sister. Oh my God, what is her name? It starts with a C too. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what her name is. Connie's sister. She was in DIQ. Okay, are you ready for this? And she did 30 career surveys in a row. 30. It's pretty baller, right? You would think one company average is 1 in 5, 1 in 4, something like that. 30 no's back to back. 30 people not interested. 30 people not interested. 30 people not interested. Where's my numbers? I want to make sure I say this right too. So yeah, 30 no's back to back. So she called her sister. That's her senior sales director. She called her sister, and she was like, I'm so pissed. Like, what the heck? The company average and blah, 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 blah. And I can't do this. And da, 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 da. I've done 30. I'm so mad. I don't understand. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Blah, 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 blah. And Connie's like, okay, you're going to quit? And she was like, I'm so mad at you. Don't say that. And she's like, what are you going to do? She's like, you've got some yeses coming around. I mean, if you've done 30, you're bound to get yeses. And she's like, I don't want to hear that. And she's like, so what are you going to do? Quit? And she's like, no. She's like, I will call you back. And so she hung up on her sister. And guess what? Like, tracked on paper, like, check this out. Not one. The next person she called, first one, yes. Second, yes. Third, yes. Fourth, yes. Guess what they went to? 12 yeses in a row. Do you see that? Finish DIQ. 12 yeses in a row. You have to have 24 to have a unit. Do you see how that works? And so it all has to do with your obedience to your vision and to your goal. It has to do with your obedience to do it when it gets hard. It has to do with your obedience to push through. It has to do with your obedience to reach up to me. It has to do with your obedience to reach up to whoever you want to be accountable for you. And I'm telling you right now, if you're reaching across to another consultant that is stuck in the same place, then y'all are going to be stuck together for a long time. You've got to reach up to somebody who has fallen, has had bloody knees. And you reach up to me, you reach up to Kathy, you reach up to Kathy. There's 2 Kathys for those of you who don't know that, Kathy with a C, Kathy with a K. And so and you let us get you out of it, because if you don't utilize us, if you don't help us or let us help you, you're going to be stuck in that. Okay. Now, don't let that be confused with calling and saying, and like, this is another thing that Allison Carter talked about, is she talked about the fact that, like, you know, we want to be in communication with you, but don't tell me like, I want to do a power start and I'm going to book appointments and then call me like, I just don't have no one, you know, not being in action. Like, don't just tell me, I want, but then don't do and do and do and do and do. Okay. Because what I can do is if you put one foot forward, I can walk with you. We can walk together. We can run the pace together, and then we can go fast, and then we can slow down. You know what I mean? And so, like, be a doer. And so that's what Connie's sister did, is that she pushed through the fear and frustration. She did not make a decision in temporary defeat, and she did it anyways. She just did it again. Do it again. Do it again. Pivot if you need to. Do it again, and it's going to come. So what does this all boil down to? This all boils down to the main goal of the whole thing. Whew, sorry. Okay. I feel like I just ran a marathon. Okay, hold on. All right. What does this all boil down to? It's three things against each other, which all coexist together. Number one is your vision. What's the vision versus the goals versus a mindset? Okay. And mindset kind of goes with all of that. Okay. Your vision is that thing that you thought about, or if you are like too much on pressure and you're a different kind of personality type and you can't just come up with something and you really got to think about it, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, because I have to think about it all the time. Okay. That vision is, if you couldn't fail and if time and money were not a factor, what do you want in your business between now and the end of the seminar year? We got 6 months, the best 6 months of the year. Like, I'm so excited. You have no idea. Okay. And a year from now, 2 years from now. And I don't just mean your Mary Kay business. I mean your family. Okay. I mean your finances. I mean your relationships. I mean your health. Hold on, I need something else to guide me. The other thing has the words, oh, Minchie, it's in another bag. Crap. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, hold on. Oh. Okay, my new planner has all the ones that I knew I had to talk about because I'm working on it through there. Okay, ready? So the thing that your vision should have things that are incorporated are, one, your financials, okay? Your spiritual, your physical, your intellectual. We never think about that. I never think about that and need to. Your family, your career, and your social. Again, I'll say it one last time. Financial, spiritual, physical, intellectual, family, career, and social. Those are places to start and think about it. Like, what do you want in your life? Like, how do you want to grow? Like, how do you want that to look? And so what happens is we then take the vision on what, if you couldn't fail, and you take that picture, okay? And then we take the goals. Okay, we take the goals, and those are things. Goals are, well, first of all, you take the vision. You have to be, but you heard me say this in Ohana, so if you weren't taking notes then, take notes now. You've got to become clear on what that vision is, okay? And it's got to be in front of you all the time. You have to be living in that vision. Like, I have to take that vision and I have to read it in the morning, and I have to read it before I go to bed, and I have to live it, and I have to breathe it. Okay. When we were becoming a Premier Club Car unit, okay, we became a Premier Club Car unit because what it stands for. And you guys have already heard my video and everything on why we want to be a Cadillac unit and what that means to me for you guys. Okay. And so if you would have walked into my house anytime in that 6 months qualification, specifically the last 3 months of April, May, and June, every single person that I know, there you go, that knows me and knows me on Facebook or knows me in life and comes into my house knows that we were tracking becoming a Premier Club Car unit. Because it was there. They would support me. They would be excited about it. They were listening. They were a part of accountability, okay? Because when you say your goals out loud, then they become more real. But the first step before you say it is writing it down. And so having that vision board and having that like thing out in front of you all the time and being clear will help you when you are chilling in your PJs. Okay, like today, I had my dress on for my 2 appointments, and then I was like, I'm cold, I'm gonna put on my PJ pants, and then it was like, oh, I have a double facial at 5:30, and then like, I didn't think about that, girl. I thought about that I was tired and I was hungry, and I didn't know, I had to hire a babysitter because I don't have a meeting. But then I stopped and I was like, first of all, this chick is awesome. Second of all, so is your sister. Third of all, how is me sitting in my PJs gonna help me XYZ PDQ? You have these mental things. And so I got in my vision and I got excited about what I could do when I'm in action. Okay. And so is that just happen like once in a while? No, it happens all the time. Because you know what I like to do? I like to sit on the couch and cuddle with my hubby. I like to sit on the couch and couple with my babies. Okay. And there's nothing wrong for that. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's a time for that. I schedule time for that. You know why? So that there's not too much quantity. Okay. Because no one in your life cares about the quantity of time that you spend with them. They care about the quality of time that you spend with them. They care about the present time that you spend with them. They care about the eye contact that you have with them. They care about the touching, the feeling that you have with them. They care about the conversations. They're going to remember the quality of time that you have with them versus the quantity of the time that you have with them. And so that is why, you know, being clear on your vision and going into the planning and doing all of those things, everything just works. If you understand what I'm saying. Okay. So number one, you have to become clear. What is it that you want? And my suggestion is, if this is new to you, or even if it's not, and it's just like a big bite to chew, then I say, think about it in terms of your business right now, because this is the Mary Kay Pacesetters. Where do you want to see yourself at 6 months? Do you want to be a consistent star consultant for the next 2 quarters? Do you want to earn your bracelet every single month? Do you want to just at least bring in $100 a month? Do you want to see 5 faces? Do you want to do a power start and see 30 and have like explosive growth and like awesome paychecks or Mary Kay? Okay. And your sales, like, what is it that you want to achieve? Okay. Think about the vision and think about the goals and the things that you get to like move on. And if you're like, listen, this is just what I want and I don't know how to get there and I don't know what goals to set, guess what? I'm right here. I'm here to give you a track to run on. And I'm the busiest person in the world doing what I love, and that's mentoring you. Doing what I love, and that's supporting you. Doing what I love, and it's sure helping you sharpen your skills and sharpening each other as we're going and running with you. I had so much fun last week when Tracy was accountable with me and I was accountable with her, and how we were pushing each other to keep going, even though all of the things got in the way. You know, like, it's so much fun to do life with somebody else. And so don't ever tell me, I'm not going to contact you because you're so busy. Everybody says that. But guess what? I'm busy doing what I love. I'm busy doing what I'm called to do. And I am protective of the quality time and the things that I'm doing with my family, because I'm about quantity. Quality, not quantity. Okay. 1, become clear. Okay. Become clear on what you want. And then 2, you need to decide to be committed. You have to make a decision. And I'm going to tell you right now that you will never not hear me say that. It is so important. You have to decide and make a decision. And when you truly make a decision, there's no turning back, because decision is backed by action. And that is when you're going to move forward. And I see so many times consultants, something sounds really good and we can talkie, and we can say, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. And that's fine. But it's not real unless you're doing the action and you're putting one foot in front of each other. And I'm not saying that if you say that your goal is that you want to earn a car, yet, you know, you're missing it by this much each time. I'm not saying you're not doing the right thing. I'm just saying, like, you can't say I want to earn a car and Mary Kay, but you're not holding appointments and sharing a good career. Does that make sense? You can't say you want to be a director if you're not putting product on people's faces and teaching them the facts. You see how that works? And so, like, your goal, you have to decide and you have to be committed, because you're not just committing to your Mary Kay goal, but you're committing to, like, the vision, like what you want for your family and what that family looks like. Okay. And so some of you are single, and that's fine. But, like, some of you have kids and some of you have, you know, like a mom that you're accountable, and just whoever that person is. Okay. So become clear and decide and be committed. And then you have to get into action. Okay. With your goals, you have to get into action. And listen, this is huge. Action cures fear. Action cures discouragement. Action cures distraction. Do you get what I'm going with this? Action cures any negative that you have about your business. Action cures anything that you have about your health. Action cures anything that you have about your relationships. Okay? Action cures it all. It's kind of like in band. Okay? Whenever they're playing their instrument, 10 out of 10 times, if they want to make it better, they got to use more air. Okay? They're having a bad day, use more air. Your boyfriend broke up with you? Hold on, that's not going to be good. Your cat won't cuddle with you? Use more air. You know, whatever it is, okay? And that's relatable to to your Mary Kay business. Action cures everything. Okay. So then what happens is while you're in action for this goal, you've got to track it. Okay. You have to use the tools. I'm going to give you the tools. Okay. And they're going to be simple and you have to track it, because what happens is you're going to go down the road of nobody wants to book with me. I don't have anybody. And I'm like, cool. And so I look at myself, I'm like, how's my master list? Oh, wait, I haven't looked at it in months. Oh, wait, I don't even know where that is. Okay. If I'm like, I'm out of people, I'm like, okay, Monique, where's my master list? Okay. Or, it's like, nobody wants to book with me. Okay. How many booking calls have you made? Well, none. Well, then how do you know? Okay. Or everyone's telling me no. Okay. Well, how many of you called? Well, I haven't called anybody. Why? Well, I'm texting them. Well, okay. It works for some people all the time. So that's awesome. And no condemnation. Okay. But then like, how about this? You texted like when I say that to myself, I'm like, okay, I texted 5 people, but those 5 people that didn't get back to me, it's heavier. It feels like 100. But when you look at it on paper, you're like, dang, I only texted 5. And we'll do this more in our booking Pacesetters when we really dissect it and do numbers and stuff like that. But like 1 in 10 of your referrals are going to get back to you unless you have some kind of connection with them. Now, sometimes like I just had a girl that like for normal people, now I just had a chick that gave me 10 names and I've had 9 people contact me back. Okay. So, and that's like, whoa, that's insane. Like, that's not the normal. Okay. And you're going to have some people that write your referral sheet and you're like, nobody contacted me for that person. Well, guess what? That's probably a good thing. Okay. That's probably a good thing because that tells you a lot about her circle of influence. Okay. Anyways, sidetracked. So you track it, because what happens is you're winning as you're going. And if your goal is to book 5, and so you're going to contact 20 people or whatever it is, then you get to mark it off. You get to like be like, I called that person, I booked that person, I did this, whatever. You track it because you have to have the little wins, little daily habits and daily activities. Okay, I'll look at it in a minute. Woo, distraction cat. Okay, scroll. So little daily wins and little daily things are what build up to success. Okay, and here's the other thing that I want to say. It takes 90 days to build momentum. It takes 90 days. It takes 21 days to form a habit, and it takes 90 days to build momentum. And so what you choose to do right now in your business for the next 90 days, some of you won't see the big growth until April. Okay. But then it's going to explode, because what happens is the same thing with water. When you put water on the stove and it starts to boil, okay, it's bubbling, it's moving, it's wiggling, it's doing its thing, but you don't see it. And then all of a sudden it's at 211 degrees and you're like, freaking boil. And then bam, once it's at 212, like 1 degree, it's like, put the pasta in me, I'm so ready to be cooked. You know what I mean? And so like, it takes that 1 degree. And so I love pasta, y'all. You just have to know that if you are in action and you are doing it and you are working with me and we are tweaking and we are doing things the right way, you will see the fruit from it. So your goal, you have to become clear. You have to decide and commit. And whoever your influencer is, the person that you love, do it with them. And if you don't have a person that you love, do it with me. I'm right here. I love you. Okay. And then you have to get into action. You have to track it. And every day, this is the hard part. This is the easiest thing to skip. You have to reflect with gratitude. You have to reflect on the day in a positive verbiage, in a positive mindset, and with gratitude. When we used to always end our meetings, like our training meetings, not like our event meetings, with an attitude of gratitude. Okay, Kathy Horvath taught me that, like something that you are grateful, something that you were thankful every single day. And it may not even be Mary Kay related. I am so thankful for that man out there that's screaming at the TV. Okay, I am so thankful for him, because if it wasn't for him, I would be in a bad mood. Okay, like he lifts me up and he loves me even when I'm crazy. Okay, and so I'm grateful and thankful for him. And so that goal, that track that we're going to run on, whatever it is going to look different for every single person. Okay, but you know what you can't do is you can't make that track on your own. You know why? Because you don't know what it takes. Okay, now some of you that are moving up into leadership and stuff like that, and have had a lot more coaching with me and stuff like that, you probably know. Like, for example, like Annabelle and Tracy, they're like, I want to do a perfect start, and some of you are like, I mean a power start. And some of you are like, what the heck's a power start? No condemnation. It's just 30 paces. I'll explain it. Don't worry. But it's like they know what it's going to take, but they still need that help and that accountability and that conversation to keep moving forward. And so that the time, like my job is to help you to cut that time in half, because like I've already screwed around. I've already messed up. Don't make my mistakes. I can cut your learning curve down. And so those goals, we have to have a track to run on, okay? Tracking helps you win, and tracking helps you have it with your emotional management, okay? Which is a whole nother Pacesetters, okay? But that goal has to be SMART, S-M-A-R-T. It has to be specific. That goal has to be measurable, okay? That goal has to be attainable. That goal has to be realistic, and that goal has to be timely. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And I know this may sound contradicting, but it's not, so hear my heart on this. Your 6-month seminar goal and how you want to finish this seminar year. If your goal doesn't make you uncomfortable, it's not a good one. I know it sounds terrible, and I used to want to punch Kathy in the face, and Mary Beth, shut up. I don't want to feel uncomfortable. Who wants to feel uncomfortable? What happens when you're uncomfortable, though? When you're uncomfortable, what do? You grow, okay? And if you're in it to stay the same, great. Give me a to-do list goal. But if you're in it to truly grow, even if it's this much, whatever it is, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable, because remember, our goals are not about us. Our goals are about the other people that we're taking with us, okay? And so it's got to be something that you can't do by yourself. It's got to be something that God has to step in and help you with, okay? And I guarantee you that, just trust me on that. Just trust me on that. Okay, I got to get to this thing. Okay, so here's the deal, is that I want to give you a couple of things before we close. Okay, Pacesetters, goal setting. I am going to post this paper. Oh, you know what? I think I can screen share. I'm going to post this document. It's from the Unleashed area. It's all about Leah Laughlin. It's one of the Pacesetters that I did with her, and it makes all the difference in the world. So this right here is our, and so Annabelle, can you see it? Shake your head. Okay, so this is the goal setting for the next 90 days thing, okay? So basically, it is a 2-page document that's it, and I want you to print it out, and I want you to take a picture of it when you fill it out and send it to me, okay? You're gonna get points for that. And if you don't have a printer, you're printer challenged, whatever, then just send me an email or something, okay? But what makes you feel centered? Okay, well, first of all, first thing is step 1. We have to have a crystal clear vision. Imagine yourself a year from today. Describe your greatest outcome you would like to see in your life and business. Be specific, okay? Questions like, check your heart. Are you really #all in? Describe how it would feel, how you would work, and the daily choice you would make if you were all in, okay? Were you most happy in your Mary Kay business? When was it? When was this and why? For some of you that are new, it might be, I was so happy when I signed my agreement. Okay, why? Go back to your why, okay? And so you scroll down, what would need to change in order to duplicate that happiness more often, okay? These things right here are questions that really are going to make you think. These questions, these questions are going to make you grow. These questions are going to make you have to really think. And so these are the type of things that I want you to think about doing. Not when you're, think about it when you're driving and things like that, but really think about it as you are, I guess, when you're driving or whatever, but just when you're quiet. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. When you're quiet, when you can really think about it, even if you only pick 2 a day that you really, really want to work off. Okay. All right. So here's one of the last things that I want to say. So if I look at the screen, Annabelle and Tracy, can you guys still see me when I'm looking at a document? Okay, cool. All right, so here's some things that you can write down, and I can actually post this as well for those of you that want some positive affirmations and things like that, and some positive scriptures. I say these are scriptions to back your vision and support your mindset, because ladies, it's all about, hey, Deb, we can see your face now, yeah! Support your mindset, okay? Here we go. Proverbs Proverbs, I can't even talk, y'all, like giving the Bible like all these new words. Chapter 3, verses 5-6. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lead on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your plan straight. Okay? Just knowing that like he's got it. When it's hard, you can do hard things. Just be like, thanks, Jesus. Cool, man. Moving on. Okay? This one's huge. Okay? And you can even take this, you know, as just a whatever scripture, but if you want to take it as a quote, it's Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. This one is so powerful. Think on whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is good to repute. I don't know what that word means. If there is any excellence and if there's anything worthy of praise, dwell on these things. Okay. And it even tells us in there, it's like, hello, like think with a positive mindset. There's so many good nuggets in the Bible, you know. Psalms 37, chapter 37, verse 4-5. Delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your ways to the Lord. Trust also in him and he'll do it. Okay. And it's just like, that is what I think to myself when I'm like, oh my gosh, this is hard. It's hard to do this or whatever. That's like a really another good one to go to. There's like, I literally have like 15. So what is the other thing? Oh, love this for mindset. Ready? It's 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. It says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Okay. And so whenever you've got like the fear coming in, whenever you've got the frustration coming in, whenever you feel powerless, whenever you feel angry and not loving, and whenever like your mind's going like, blah, 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 then think, for God I have a spirit that is of power and is love and a sound mind. Like I'm good. Okay. And that I can do anything with him who strengthens me. And so this week, I'm going to send you your voucher, but what I really, really want you to do, I guess the last thing is we need to finish because it's 10, is that you've heard about the goal setting. You've heard about the mindset. You've heard about the positive things that you got to put in your mouth. You know, you've heard about all of these things that we need to work on. And so this week, my challenge to you is to fill that document out. Okay. You're going to get points for that. And to take that goal, okay, to take that vision and make a vision board. I cannot tell you how many people don't make a vision board. I didn't make one for the longest time, but it's powerful. It could be a poster board. It could be like, it could be like a piece of paper like this where you've written everything out, you know, and if you have kids or if you have a significant other or if you have a mom that's supporting you, if anybody, elicit them in that goal poster. Let them put something on there. Let them help you. Let them be an accountability partner and think about it. You know, Adam wants to be able to do XYZ, so that's going on my board. You know, like to be able to pay for an all expenses paid through Mary Kay trip to Alaska to take the boys, which I'm totally going, even though he thinks it's going to be a guy trip. Okay. I'm just going to take a friend with me and we're going to go do our own fishing charter so they can have boy time. Okay. But like to be able to do that, to have it in front of you, to have it to where like, if I walk into your house, I know what's going on. And you know what else is powerful is when you take that and you give a woman hope and you're like, look at this. Look at this. This is my vision. This is what I'm working for. Because you know what's going to happen? She's going to be pretty excited. Not only is she going to love the product, but she's going to be like, that girl's awesome. That girl has vision. I want to be a part of that. Give me some of that. You know what I mean? And you're going to give people hope. You may even, the only thing that you might do is show somebody like, look, I can think outside the box. Like, look, I have things. And they can go, well, if she can do that, I can do that. I can think like that. And so make that goal poster and share it with me. And I'm going to, again, we're going to do the Google voucher. And in closing, follow the voucher. I told you the ways that I'm going to communicate. I see Nancy now. Hey, Nancy, so glad to see you. And so I'm so proud of all of you for being on. And I just love you so much. And I just hope that you know that this is a start to something really big for you. And next week is like utter and crazy dissection with tracking sheets and everything of booking. It's going to be so good. Like, you don't even know. I've been making like all these notes and brain dumping for weeks, like putting it out on paper and picking out what's best for you. And I challenge you, part of your voucher is to reach out to me this week. and have a conversation with me about what it is that you want. Okay. And no condemnation if you don't do things, but I'm just telling you, if you want to move, like, let's move together. So I'm praying for you this week. I love you so much. I'm going to be in Tampa from Wednesday to Saturday, and then I'm going to leadership conference on Sunday in Atlanta, but I am still working when I'm in Tampa. That's what I'm doing, is working my business in a hotel while Adam does band stuff. So like, I'm free. Okay. So I'll plug you into wherever. A lot of you already have called, which is awesome. So I don't even want to go. I feel like I'm hanging out with my friends. So, but it's bedtime, because my thing that I'm working on is I get as much sleep as I need, and I am in bed laying down by 10:15. It's what I do. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. It was 10:20 yesterday, but whatever. We're close. It's 10:04. I got some time. So I love you. I'm praying for you. I can't wait to hear from you. I will post the voucher for you in the morning, and I hope you have a good week. Bye.